30 reasons that guy finally got fired. According to Reddit, number 30. Oh. We might just need this. There you go. Well, he kept falling asleep. We work in an open pit coal mine, and the primary job is driving a 320-ton dump truck. Now, everyone gets tired. We work 2 12-hour days, then 2 12-hour nights. Nearly everyone's worked or overworked. Nearly everyone who's ever worked there has fallen asleep at the shovel or on break. We generally fess up to it, take the slap on the wrist and move on. This guy would insist he was blacking out, then claim he was fine to keep driving. He brought a doctor's note saying that he was fine, but the company sent him to do their doctor, and they called bullshit, allegedly. Last I heard, he was told to pick up his stuff, though he's still making a sickness and ailment pay. He's not allowed to work on site. I need to gauge whether or not the music is at a decent volume here, or if it's not. Let's go ahead and adjust this, see if that can slide in a little bit better. That seems to be good. Oh boy, since I have mail. Oh, but it's okay, good. It went away. Good. What's going on over here? Fat Man says, long time no see, Kyle. I don't know what you mean by that. Number 29. Used a can of Axe body spray and a lighter in the crew room as a flamethrower. Wow. Where do you work? Somebody said we did that in high school. We grew out of it by the time we had real jobs, but it does remind me of the boys in school spraying their hands with Ace body spray and then setting them on fire when we had to ask a question just to see the look on the teacher's face. Ah, high school in the 90s. Axe, not Ace. Oh my God. Well, number 28. He put an ultrasound-guided IV in a patient's artery instead of their vein. He wasn't signed off on performing that task yet, but he did it anyway. Well, that's how he got fired. That sounds bad. But I have no idea how bad, says someone else. On a scale of stub toe to spontaneous combustion, how bad is this? Someone else replies. Nurse here. Arteries are blood vessels going away from the heart, which means they have a lot more pressure than veins do. This is why when someone gets an art line or any puncture to the artery, you must hold pressure for around 10 minutes. The main risk of putting an IV in an artery is bleeding. The act of this itself isn't going to change the course of a patient's hospital stay. It is much worse than a healthcare employee performed a task that they are not trained to do. That is the biggest error here. And now you know. And knowing's half the battle there. As we continue up this list of 30 reasons that guy finally got fired, we arrive at number 27. And let's go ahead and make some progress here. I told the manager that if he didn't put a stop to the cook touching me and calling me everything but my name, I was going to file a harassment suit. Every time this cook touched me, I loudly stated, "Don't fucking touch me." And when he called me babe, I'd say, "I'm not your babe. My name is," or my real name. Everyone in the place knew how I felt. There was no way he thought I was joking or flirting. After a few months, it only had escalated and I had enough. Turns out our server who shows up on time and leaves her personal life at home is worth more than a good cook who turns up late and causes drama. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Well, number 26. I came in 3 hours late tripping on acid. Or the guy came in tripping 3 hours late tripping on acid. And after a weekend off at some EDM camping festival. Well, here's hoping that guy had a good time. You know what I'm talking about? Bing bong. Somebody says, that's why you call out sick. Or even NCNS if you're all fucked up like that. Unless you're already on a final for time and attendance, just miss work, clear your head, get your write-up, and don't fuck up again for at least 180 days. Missed work is almost always preferable to showing up intoxicated. Not to mention you could probably get put away if the wrong shit happens. I don't know what's up with people and being like really fucked up on that zizzy shit and then going out in public. You know who's out in public? Authorities, baby. Law enforcement, bruh. They out there to enforce that law. And the power trip, baby. Don't let them power trip while they're enforcing the law. God damn. Take it from dash underscore dash underscore underscore dash dash. This man know what the fuck he talking about with that ass. As we roll up to number 25, I work at a high volume brew pub. What that means is as good a guess as any of us can make right now. We had this manager slash bartender who was completely nuts. She was crazy, manipulative, threatened, and physically assaulted multiple employees and constantly stole from the company. She was defiant, definitely medicated, and when she was drinking, she would act even more insane and go on tangents half to herself so that you weren't quite sure if she was talking to you or not. One night, she had a few drinks after work and choked out a hostess and popped a squat on our patio while guests were dining. Like legit pulled her pants down and started pissing next to a table of people who were eating their dinner. She was fired and banned from the premises the next day. The next day? What? What? I don't know what it's like. I don't know the type of people who enter pubs, you know? So, there's nothing wrong with going to a pub. It's just, I feel like people who frequent a pub could tell us some scary ass stories. Terrible indeed. Somebody say my name? Dr. Scam says, Kyle, when I worked at Kmart, there was this guy who got fired in his first week. He wouldn't help anyone work. He had to take down display tents and he would only hold the tools. Interesting. As we roll up to number 24, two classics from the same company. Employee A was a big dude, 6'5" and not skinny. A crazy close talker. I'm guessing that means that he would get in people's faces and then talk to ya. When he got upset, he got even closer. Okay. Don't kiss me, bro. There were times he would be inches from someone's face, and he was a contractor, so we would let him go. When we checked his computer after he was escorted out, we found that he had been cruising dating sites and bomb-making websites. That HD went off to the FBI. We gave him the nickname the Lovelorn Unabomber. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, baby. As we go ahead and we're reading on to employee B here. He was just as bad. He was brought in as a senior computer guy, but knew nothing. He would get halfway into something and then stop, then blamed everyone else. He had to work out at lunch, taking 2 hours to do so. Important meeting? Nope, I have a workout. What got him shit-canned was a ski season. Our office was about 45 minutes from a reasonably good skiing, and about once a week he would concoct some bullshit story about having to be in after lunch. At a meeting in front of our managers, I asked him how skiing that morning was. He turned bright red and said it was okay. He was gone soon after. He ended up copying and pasting entire sections of other people's LinkedIn profiles to use as his own. Some people just don't give a fuck. Oh boy. Here we are at number 23. When he first got fired, he had an ankle monitor. For people who don't know, that's how the government keeps a close track of people who are either, close track, keep close tabs, keep a close track. Yeah, you gotta fuse them, baby. Anyway, when the government wants to basically make sure that they know where certain people are, maybe rapists, who knows? Maybe rapists that they let go free. No, people who are on house arrest, or people who really fucked around with like driving under the influence, they'll put them in their house. And even if they allow him to leave for work, they put the ankle monitor on there so they know that if there's any deviation between them being at work when they're supposed to be at work or being at home when they're supposed to be at home, that they doing that bullshit and they need to get them back locked up. It's kind of like a trial pickle monkey balls here. So when he first got hired, he had an ankle monitor and he backed into a customer's vehicle 3 times. 3 times is a lot of times, buddy. He missed work several times for being too hungover. And he was a jackass a lot. He got pulled over because he drifted around a corner, and it turned out he didn't legally have a license and had gotten taken to court. He had gotten 3 DUIs and got arrested twice in 1 week. In 1 week? Jesus. The second time he was fired, and my employees finally decided not to bring him back. Wow. Can you believe that? Number 22, poked holes in the cups, so when we filled them up, they would pour right out onto the customers. He had anger problems, not his fault, but probably not the best quality for a fast food employee. Was lazy, showed up a lot, and would purposefully mess up orders and get people the wrong drinks. And wouldn't stay clean shaven. We had a pretty strict rule on having no facial hair. What the fuck you mean you getting people wrong drinks? Get these people the fuck out of the service industry. You are just nightmares, dude. Y'all got one job. What you mean you deliberately getting people wrong drinks? That makes me fired up. The last straw was the one day he didn't show up at all. When the director called him to ask why he didn't show up, all he had to say was, yeah, I just didn't feel like showing. My director then informed him that he didn't need to show up ever again. No one was sad or surprised to see him go. Somebody said, why are anger problems not your fault? You and I have the same question. Yeah. You know what I mean? How you choose to deal with shit going around you is entirely your choice. What's going on around you is not your fault. But if you manifest that shit into anger, that is your fault, baby. I'm curious as to who you trying to protect out here, baby. Your fuck ass. Number 21. He came in high for the 5th day in a row. Damn, baby. 5 days in a row? Higher than a kite? How high do you need to go for people to know that you're up there? Pretty impressive when you think about it. Number 20. We had someone that was impossible to work with, largely because he couldn't listen or comprehend what others are saying. This isn't a language issue. He just literally could not comprehend what he was being told. He was so self-involved that it was impossible to get him to stop and listen to someone else. I was led over him for a project. Damn it. You should have known it wasn't that one. Sorry. That's 2 words. Oh, forgive me. That is 2 words. I was lead over him for a project briefly. I find my own error just pathetic at this point. It's pretty funny. I was project lead over him for a project briefly, simply because the project was going sideways. My way of dealing with him was to not assign any tasks to him that actually had to be done. I would assign him bugs that we had already decided not to fix, and then refuse to help him. His favorite thing to do was to ask for help, then argue or refuse to listen, and try to make the conversation take as long as possible, keeping the other person from doing their job. In the end, he got put on PIP. He argued with our boss about it, all the while not comprehending what it meant. Then left his office, went to the office of the next person up, who obviously knew of the PIP, and proceeded to argue with him. The great part was that the PIP was about comprehension and listening skills, and he completely failed to listen to this boss as well and was fired on the spot. Oh my God. He then kept saying he would go get his stuff from his desk and could not understand what they meant when he was told he could not go back to his desk and that they would ship him his personal possessions. He just kept repeating what he had to go back to his desk to get his stuff. How do people make it through the job interview, and how do they get this far in? You know what I mean? As rude as it is to say, yes, in most places it's about who you know, it's about who you were born under, you know what I mean? It's about who you're related to and shit like this. That's going to get you some of that really dank fucking positioning. Yeah, you can go spend maybe a half a lifetime in school, jumping through some hoops and getting a piece of paper to get yourself some of that dank fucking job where you, who the fuck just subscribed to me? Marbow, bitch. You can get you some of that gangster shit. My point is though, man, who the fuck? Tankin'? I doubt that happened just now. I get probably like 3 subscribers a day. The likelihood of them logging and subscribing back to back is something that I'm not going to bother thinking about. As we roll up, we arrive at number 19. I was told you can't smoke pot on the job site. God, why do I keep adding I to the beginning of these? This list is, since I am forgetting, about that guy that finally got fired. So, this guy who finally got fired was told you can't smoke pot on the job site, was told that whatever he does off the clock, like during lunch, they would look the other way. He told them he needed to smoke at all times to deal with his anxiety. I was the one to recommend him for the position. Ooh. I don't even know. Dr. Scam says, Kyle, that guy sounds Asperger's as hell. You guys were not lucky enough to be treated to somebody that I was playing Call of Duty with the other night. And the more I talked to Hannah about it, the meaner apparently I was being, you know. So me introducing him to the stream would apparently be just the rudest thing in the world. But what else do I have going on? You know what I mean? Jeez. As we roll up to number 18, guys, I worked at a restaurant a few years back. It was a terrible place to work at in a shady part of town. Roaches, rats, management sleeping with servers during work hours, drug deals in the bathroom, rats and roaches at your workplace, man. God, man. Ay. Oh boy, drug deals in the bathroom. Had to have an off-duty cop work as security, just a complete disaster. I was a hostess, and I had the immense displeasure to work with this crazy girl that I called Kay. Kay was rude. She was unprofessional, unhygienic, lazy, volatile, and had to have some form of blackmail against the GM because if anyone else had pulled half the stuff that she did, they'd have at least been written up, if not fired. She blatantly stole, argued with customers, pushed an old lady out of her way, disappeared for hours on end, and threatened several coworkers daily. I hated nothing more than working with her. I would do anything I could to not work the same shifts, but what finally got her fired was when she got into an argument with the direct manager. Or is that district manager? Nigga, I don't know. He told her to leave the premises and she lost it. She spat on him, threatened to burn down the building and shoot up the place, and had to be escorted out by security. Last I heard, she was working at the Whataburger nearby. Uh-oh, Whataburger. Seriously though, I want to try that damn pizza. Legendary Fat Man says Stripes wants me to derail the stream so it can be longer. So how you doing, boss? I'd like to inform you that how much you derail is entirely up to me. Like, I could just keep reading this, like so. As we arrive at number 17. I'm a software engineer. My company hired a software architect who specialized in a different field. About a week after joining, he declared we needed to restructure the whole software. So far, so good. Except the new structure was not clear to anyone but himself. He could not explain what was wrong with the existing structure. Now, the software engineer is still engineering. There's some leeway, but ultimately they're right and wrong answers. Reasonably adept engineers should be able to communicate and convince each other of ideas, barring their egos. This guy, though, just sort of made up his own language. Like he tell you the software needs to be made of boondoggles connected to flimbusters, and you'd ask what he meant by a flimbuster, and he'd just launch into a long 10 interrupted minutes explanation, at the end of which you still had no idea. While this was going on, he was generally being annoying, nothing earth-shattering, but he'd leave empty coffee cups on people's desks, would pull them in a brief discussion that would end up taking over an hour, badmouth some of us to the rest of us, badmouth some of us to upper management, generally sleazy stuff. I went on for 2 months. 2 months where the engineers genuinely couldn't figure out if this guy...
Challenge accepted.
Thank you, fat man. Whatever challenge do you refer to? It went on for 2 months. 2 months where engineers genuinely couldn't figure out if this guy was a misunderstood genius or some manner of scam artist, because nobody could figure out what he was on about, and he was extremely adamant about whatever it was, repeatedly bashing the existing architecture for being dead end. Ooh, what a long-winded anecdote. Are you getting to the good part? Is somebody getting fired at the end of this? It ended when one of us basically called him on his bullshit. We told management, we can't figure out what to do here. Let's take all the time we need to make it concrete. And just spent entire days locked in a room with him and management, slowly forcing him to go into details. The end game was for Mr. Architect to write a document explaining in full detail what needs to be done. He had 2 weeks. He didn't show up to work after they passed. And the document he left behind was just the chapter headings. I think we dodged a bullet, but the story is so crazy, I don't think I'll ever be free of doubt that maybe he really had a good idea and I was too dumb to comprehend. Flimbusters? I think he was just a fucking a motherfucker. How about that? I think sometimes you're dealing with a motherfucker. Okay? Oh man, this autistic kid we were dealing with, man, I'm telling you, this guy was crazy. Seriously, I'm thinking about this stupid pizza because it's got like pull apart crust, but well done, man. I don't trust these assholes. They need to put it through that fucking thing twice. You know what I'm talking about? God. We're gonna roll through the rest of this list. Believe in yourself. I hope you enjoyed the one earlier, and if you didn't get a chance to listen to it, then you will be able to after this. If you're watching this video after the fact, you know I appreciate you. I also appreciate you caressing gently fingering that like button, you know. Yeah, just kidding. I don't, you know, I want you to put your hand on yourself. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I want. You know, fuck these buttons. Okay. I want to push your buttons. You see what I'm going around? I'm not even joking. This nigga not even joking. Number 16, guy in the shipping department kept calling the shop manager a clown to his face and was warned to stop. The guy finally got fired when he decided to play circus music at full volume the next time the boss came around. I've done something like that in my life and I am so ashamed to admit it. Let me tell you a story about young Kyle. Hey Kyle, keep this anecdote fucking tight. You understand me? Because I'm trying to get through this list. Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, Kyle, my man. At any rate, here's how the anecdote goes. I once knew a girl that was wearing so much makeup. To me, it was as though she was trying to put on clown makeup or some shit. God damn. So maybe I drifted that idea out into the cosmos in a way that she would get, you know, it got back to her. I'm not going to lie to you. You know what I'm talking about? So I ended up saying to some people who were unfortunately just as charmed by me as perhaps some people are these days, that it would be really crazy if when they came around, somebody made a clown like with their mouth, and somebody did it, dude. It wasn't me. I was just saying it would be funny, but in reality, it would be crazy. You know what I mean? Like you would be crazy enough to do some shit like that. Oh my God. Oh my God. So not only did it get back to them that they had too much makeup on and looked like a clown, according to some people, okay, when they came through, somebody made the clown music with their mouth. Now, I felt so bad, but this was back in an era where it was like, who knows how many terrible Kyle tier things. I would classify I would classify terrible things that I've done on a scale from 1 to Kyle. That's how bad I was when I was younger, and I had no idea the fucking profound magnitude of rippling. You know what I'm talking about? It's one thing to do something and then have it be that and then just squash it. You know what I'm talking about? We don't know the effect we're having on people or how far reaching some of the things we're going to do or say is. And that's the terrible bit about it. So let's continue.
Bing bong, bing
Oh,
bong,
no.
bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong,
Guys,
bing
guess
bong,
what I can
bing
do?
bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong.
Yeah, I know I could do that, did you? It said something at the end, didn't it? It didn't say anything at the end. I'm looking at it right now. You liar. You liar. It didn't say anything at the end. I'm going to show y'all right now. I'm going to show y'all right now that it didn't say anything at the end. Let me pull up a secondary screen here. Windows capture. Enhance. And if we scroll in right here, you can see that it just says bing bong over and over until it's over. You see what I'm talking about? There's nothing but bing bongs. Okay? There's nothing creative or artistic about that. Fat man, I appreciate that $20. Maybe that's going to get turned into some pizza at the end of this. You know what I'm talking about? But I'd have to finish probably around 10:30. And for me, it's already 10. So I need to get through 15 of these in under 30 minutes. I think I can do that. The stream bows. And thanks, Fat Man, once again. Bing bong. Bing bong. But if his challenge was to derail the Kyle, I'm not sure how long he did so for. Wow. John Gussie says, Kyle, he said that so you would show us and derailed the stream. Ooh. He didn't know I was going to show you. He didn't even know that I was going to turn it down. You know what I'm talking about? He didn't know. He didn't know. As we continue this list, that's the wrong one. As we continue this list of 30 reasons that guy finally got fired, we arrive at a little bit of that 15. Ooh, yeah, baby. Let's keep this going. This guy, Sharky, continually came to work late, civil construction site, and then went out to get drunk and shit the bed. He then tried to wash an electric blanket in the washing machine. This all happened in the share house that my company pays for. People like this are building your bridges and roads. Ugh. The bridges, though, god damn. That doesn't fill me with any good feelings. I need to jump on the treadmill after this. As we go to number 14, my former team lead, she was verbally abusive towards everyone who reported to her, but management didn't care because the team was getting shit done. People complained about her, but it never quite got anywhere. For example, I complained about her to HR, and we got called in to a mediation session with HR, where she just talked about everything I ever did wrong in my life, real and imagined, and made it seem like I was just trying to get back at her. It basically just became a missing stare situation where everyone just stopped complaining and avoiding her because it was clear management wasn't going to do anything about it. Finally, things come to a head when we had a vendor representative who was going to do a presentation at a meeting, and she spent the first 20 minutes yelling at everyone. Like full-throated screaming, nasty, ugly personal stuff going around the table to each team member individually because we were pushing back on a completely untenable deadline. She agreed. Like, why do y'all niggas put up with this shit? You know what I'm talking about? A bitch is screaming for 1 minute. That's 60 seconds, yo. I could stop this stream for 60 seconds and y'all would get uncomfortable after fucking 10 seconds. $10. That was just 10 seconds. Imagine that times 6, where someone is yelling at the top of their fucking throat. You get paid enough for some horse shit like that? Is it about a job, my nigga, or is it about fucking respect? You know what I mean? You think I'm gonna ever let some dumb bitch stand up and yell at me for long enough? I'm not gonna like smack the hoe around or nothing, but I'm gonna pull out a fucking camera and record this dumb slut until she understands that the way she being is dumb and slutty. You can't let bitches get away with being bitches. You know what I'm talking about? This isn't even about disrespect. Hey, you want to disrespect me? That's on you. You know what I'm talking about? You don't make my life. You know what I'm saying? You're never going to be as big a cog as you want to be in my life when you're on this whole shit where you yelling at people personal and you know, you airing out that laundry or some shit like this is about you. The bottom line is you want how terrible people are being to hit them back. Make it so that them words bounce off the walls and they coming back at her dumb ass. Pull out your camera and start recording. After 2 minutes, you just sitting there. After 5 minutes, y'all just sitting there. You know what I mean? This isn't a CEO. This is some bitch ass project lead. And y'all in here letting her just yell at y'all. End of the story apparently is the vendor rep then had lunch with the CEO and mentioned the outburst and how it seemed kind of weird. That's kind of weird. She yelling at us for that long? That's kind of weird. I think something about an outside observer seeing the tantrum made the CEO snap out of the mindset of, well, maybe she's a problem, but there's nothing we can do. And that was basically the end of her. The HR person actually left not too long after that. And I'm pretty sure it was related to the enabling he was doing. That sucks, man. It sucks that there's like multiple people in this scenario who ain't doing a fucking job. It's sad that this bitch gonna be a bitch. You know what I'm talking about? Especially women in the workplace. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, you haven't been around enough women. Because women understand what I mean when I say some women with authority, oh my God, they never had it, so it's time to abuse it. Men with authority gonna abuse that power, but women, oh my God, they've been waiting their whole life. You know what I'm talking about? They have been waiting their whole life, and you're gonna fucking feel it. So in this situation, the problem isn't this bitch being a bitch, because especially when they reach the right age, oh my God, they don't know any other way to be. But when we go to HR now and we're like, hey guys, there's a problem. Can we deal with this problem? This isn't just me that thinks I have a problem. Here go to people. Here go to a room full of people that believe there's a problem here. HR. Can we deal with this problem? HR. And HR's like, you know, I don't think there's anything we can do. What's your job again? HR? What's your job here, please? Oh my God. Oh my God. Wake the fuck up, everybody listening to my voice right now. The only thing that's going to get shit moving, the only thing that's going to get shit done in many situations in the world that we live in right now is fucking shame. People act one way when they know it's just you. People act one way when it's just family or a room full of people just around, you know what I mean? But if they had a freaking audience, you know, if they had to stand up at a fucking podium and speak some of that bullshit gospel that they were on, they would think twice about saying that stupid shit because they know it would not hold up to scrutiny. And that's what things need to be able to do. People need to face some of the bullshit they speak, because why you dishing it out if you can't take it? Why are you trying to build crap out of nothing? And then expect pretty much nobody to give back on it. That's what sucks here. That's what sucks here is that not enough people were going, nah, I don't know about all that. Candy's all like, hey, Kyle, I'd like to learn about your youth. Have you ever had a birthday where you had 3 different cakes given to you? Not cakes. Girls weren't baking me cakes and shit. I wasn't rolling like that. People would really do like silly and little sweet things. So there's that. I think the worst part about me is that my my passions were always on my sleeve. So I had one girlfriend named Cassandra, and she got me an Xbox. That was really, really sweet. God, I love her just thinking about her, because she's forever preserved in my head as that memory of her, as opposed to, you know, however I wrecked her, unfortunately. Not like I had a big impact in her life and I destroyed her life or anything, but just like, I'm sure she would have been better off without me. I'm sure all of them would have been better off without Kyle's intervention. What a nightmare this guy is. But, yeah, no. She got me a 360 during the time that red rings were a big deal. You know what I'm talking about? So I probably owned like 4 or 5 360s in my entire lifetime. Straight up. I had 2 and they stopped working. Hers that she gave me inevitably stopped working. I think I got another one after that, and that's still kicking around at the Dobson residence. As a Netflix machine.
An interesting question would be, who is the first to suck a beaver's ass and discover that it tastes like strawberries? Quote. An obvious question might be, are strawberries so rare that the anal secretions of a beaver must be used to flavor strawberry ice cream?
There's derailing a stream, fat man, and there's digging yourself a hole. Be careful you don't find a way to lose yourself down there. Be careful you don't find a way to lose yourself down there. Because you know Kyle is a man to find cement and smooth it out as though there was never anything there. So there's that. Forgive me for sharing. I'll just continue this until we're done. Number 13. She got caught breaking federal law by a regulator, then asked the regulator to cover for her. The regulator didn't cover. Life pro tip. When somebody in the workplace makes things happen, your better judgment says probably shouldn't happen. Be suspicious. It is very easy to smile and accept the outcome if it's stuff that you want. This individual's superiors thought she was a miracle. If they did, or they had questions, they would have found out she was misappropriating funds and forging documents. It ended up taking down another career besides her own. She said yes to Uniball pens when she should have budgeted for Bics. She got reimbursed for cab rides when someone forgot the receipts. The top people got their last-minute deliveries at the workplace on the day they had to leave straight from work to the airport for vacation. And after a couple of years of cutting small corners, one of her superiors approved one bad idea too many. Well, number 12. A customer finally made a complaint about a sexual comment he made. Oh. Backstory. This guy was super weird with women, got really depressed a lot, and would talk about being alone forever. Often. I think you mean forever alone? Ugh, idiot. Despite being 24. Aww. Well, there's subreddits just for him. When he was in a good mood, though, he would apparently be hitting on customers as a cashier at a fast casual restaurant. He'd done some pretty creepy things towards women from the stories he's told me. The kicker was when a customer pointed to a picture on the menu and said, "That looks delicious," to which he said, "Not as delicious as you must be." She phoned in and he was fired. What the fuck, homie? That's a customer, dude. You know what? You know what the confusion must have been for him? He must have thought he was like a 8 or a 9 or a 10 on the scale. You know what I'm talking about? When you pretty as hell, you can really get away with just saying whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm talking about? But if you're not up there, you better think twice. You know what I'm talking about? You better think twice. You should always think twice because you never know who you're dealing with. Somebody religious as fuck could walk in there. No matter how hot she is. If she on that religious tip, baby. Sexual harassment is sexual harassment. Just kidding. That was my feminist voice. Any feminists in the audience wanna come forward? You know I love you. Oh shit, there go Luna Chapel. You know she a feminist. Uh-oh. So we roll up to number 11. I'm sorry. God, I feel like my nose is about to fill up any second. She messaged me in the group chat that we had for employees saying something along the lines of how she hates the job and she hoped the building burned down. Well, that's a fun way to get fired. Oh my God. Dude, that's disgusting. Dude, that's disgusting. Hold on. I'm so sorry. What happened to the... Okay. Hannah left her little bunny slippers here. Okay, sorry. I like stuck a fingernail in my ear and things got crazy. You know what I'm talking about? That's all you need to know. Number 10. Got caught vaping in a clean room with hydrofluoric acid, butanol, and a salt bath with a temperature of 500 degrees Celsius near him. What an idiot. Well, vaping people are fucking stupid. You heard me. You fucking heard me. All right. Number 9. I worked with developmentally disabled adults. One employee was accused by a client, whom I've never seen angry before or since, of groping and staring at her naked body in the shower. This client didn't require any kind of supervision in the shower. The facility decided not to fire the employee, just move her to a different house. She was finally caught on camera sniffing clients' dirty underwear while doing laundry. No one was sad to see her go. Oh. I work with developmentally disabled adults. How sad. How sad. I might say you and me both, buddy. Somebody else says, this made me laugh too hard and I woke up my boyfriend. Thank you, Reddit stranger. What a world. As we roll up to number 8, hospital technician was working third shift. He was using an out-of-view work computer to watch porn. Why not use your phone, mate? He had been doing this for about a month before he got caught. He was caught because one of the sites had infected the computer. Oh my God. When the decidedly female chief mammography technician started the computer in front of a patient in the mammography room, the screen started to fill up with pop-up porn ads. When the investigation was done, the listing of all the sites he visited during his misadventure used up nearly a ream of paper. I'm trying to use this mammogram, but I just keep getting pictures of tits. Oh my God. I want to shave, but I don't think I should shave. What a conundrum. As we roll up to 7, guy always got to work high. As in, couldn't function high. That's pretty high. We worked at a grocery store, so the work wasn't hard, but we tried extra days of training anyway. Guy said the job was too difficult and that he was going to quit. We tried to convince him not to, but left him alone after that. About a week later, we have a picture of him in the office on the do not serve wall. Turns out he sent a letter to management threatening their safety and had a no trespass and no contact order from the premises. Somebody else said, why in the world would you convince him to not quit if he was too high to function? Somebody else says, sometimes you literally just need a warm body in the place. They don't need to be competent. They don't have to have any hustle. They just need to be capable of not burning the fucking store down. But it was a grocery store, dude. He's working around food. Come on, man. Come on, man. Number 6. He was found sleeping under his desk. Aww. When awake, he was caught repeatedly sneaking out the back door, no receptionist, and leaving for hours. He was taking credit for the work of others while trying to pawn his work off on the data entry girl. He worked there for 2 to 5 weeks. Got a paycheck. Oh boy. There was a guy at one of the refineries near me, says a responder, that would come in to work in the morning, go through the morning meetings, then jump on a bike and ride off to some out-of-the-way part of the perimeter fence, hide the bike, oh my god, jump the fence, get on the motorbike he left there, and go home. He'd then come back in a bit before finish time, park the motorbike, jump the fence, grab the push bike, and head back in like he'd been busy all day. He did it for quite a while before they caught him. Apparently they promoted him, and he was manager while I was there. Okay. What the fuck? Number 5. 55-year-old slovenly pervert. Ugh. Imagine the stereotypical neckbeard with a few more under his gut, covered by a belt. Oh. He walked up to a 17-year-old female employee, grabbed her face in both his hands, and told her, "I want to teach you how to please a man." 55-year-old. Whoa. Security escorted him out of the building 20 minutes later. It took 20 minutes? You're touching someone else's face with both your hands. Oh my god. Oh, someone said he should run for Congress. Oh my god. You mean he should make it in Hollywood? You know what I'm talking about? He grabbed her face, not her pussy. Oh my god. Number 4, baby. Watching porn on computer or company computers and came to work high all the time. Also, was an hour or 2 late every day. Guy lasted 1 week. I honestly thought that only existed in movies. I didn't realize there are actually people out there stupid enough to do this. Boy, your experience is incomplete. You've only just begun learning what humans are capable of. Somebody just posted a picture of Liam Neeson. What the fuck? What you posting pictures of Liam Neeson for? Number 3. A car he was loading on the flatbed rolled off down a hill and through a barn. And instead of calling the cops or our boss, he went to a liquor store and drowned a bottle of vodka right outside. Look how much he edited. Look how much he edited. Nah, we're not doing that. Someone says he was drunk beforehand, probably. It's the perfect way to cover it up if you're already drunk, is to go get more drinks after it happened. And then tell people, oh, I just needed a drink. Number 2, man. Carved fuck boss's name in her fat ass into a wall after she strongly encouraged him to stop sexually harassing fellow employees. Huh. Tried to deny it, not realizing he had been caught on camera. Sent me a picture of his dick that night, which I sent to his wife via Facebook. Oh. Fired from work, fired from marriage. Some people just want to watch their own personal world burn. Well, good. Can you imagine if that wife was thinking that this guy was sane or something? Oh my god. The worst part is that they won't learn. He'll blame the boss for the rest of his life. Why is everyone out to get me? If they can't take me at my worst, they don't deserve me at my best. Don't you hate a bitch that put a picture of fucking Tweety Bird or Marilyn Monroe up on her ugly ass Facebook wall because she's basic and her life has been lived a million times before? You want to know what people do now? They take quotes from Rick and Morty and live their life by those quotes. Yeah, like, oh man, you're so deep. Someone else responds, and all I did, he sadly sighed, with grief and pain and wounded pride, was simply stop a while to scrawl and carve a curse upon the wall. Before, of course, I pushed and pressed, perturbed, disturbed, dismayed, distressed, and so upset a friend or three with sexual indignity by sending just a harmless pic of something dear to me, my dick. He sighed aloud, he shook his head. It simply isn't fair, he said. I cheated on my wife. Why's she leaving me? Says Aaron Deers. I mean, come on, man. That was number 2. So I thank all of you. And if any of you were involved in that first stream, you know, I hope you like it. Probably going to try and do more of those. I'm so exhausted, though. You guys have no idea. But I love you all. You're all unstoppable. I'd like to thank the sponsors for doing what they do. Look how sexy they are. Just wanna lick it. Give them that. And I also want to thank the patrons. You guys are truly unstoppable, man. I'd be nowhere without you, and that's why these will continue in a way that you can't even imagine. If for whatever reason you missed that earlier one, go ahead and check it out, or maybe save it for when you just want something to unwind to, go to sleep to. Who knows? You do you. I believe in you and your abilities. I want to thank everybody for being here. You know, I love it when you're all in my presy presence. And I want to thank Stripes, Casey Quinn, and Fat Man for their donations tonight. Wow. You guys are so fresh. I appreciate and love you all. But as we read the final entry on this, 30 Reasons That Guy Finally Got Fired, we arrive at number 1. Son of a bitch. Alright, look. Son of a... God. He missed a major deadline and didn't tell anyone and didn't show up to work to face the music. Then they find out he was assigning some of his work to another coworker, but turning it in and saying that he did it. Then they tried to fire him, but he didn't show up for 3 days. They basically drove to his house to fire him. Nice. Oh my God. Somebody said, wait, why did they need to fire him in person? Couldn't they just stop paying him? Somebody says, I'd figure companies are under a legal obligation to ensure that they fully informed an employee that their contract has been terminated. We don't fucking know. Let's get our ass into the fucking Reddit homepage and see what's going on out there. What nonsense. Hey, everybody in here like this video just to blow up YouTube, because YouTube thinks that my own subscribers, you know, don't believe my content is advertiser friendly. What the hell is this? Oh, I think it's somebody fucking up a shot. Because Zadia bubbled her. As a Fallout fan, this is extremely important. Wow.
Thank you for the streams today.
No problem, Brad. Thank you for that donation. That's so zoop of you. Zoop, man. I'm kidding. Don't make this game with Fallout 4 in mind. Make this game with New Vegas in mind. They ain't gonna do that. Fallout 4 was so trash, man. Oh my God, so trash. Medieval X-Men. Ooh. But look, it's so Patrick Stewart inspired. Oh, you know what they're selling this as. They're selling it as like a fucking Game of Thrones fucking X-Men crossover. I hate it because I love my X-Men. My X-Men. Guys, you know what I need to give you is my friend code for Animal Crossing. Oh, look at Storm. Look at her. Look at her go. Oh, what a cool looking Wolverine. Oh, that's pretty cool. Really cool, really cool. Who's this? Cyclops, of course. Of course. Ooh, look at the medieval Kurt. Okay. Who the fuck? Is this supposed to be Colossus? I guess. Beast. Alright. Jean? Why she gotta be an archer? Where the hell is Magneto? I guess there would be no medieval Magneto. Whatever. Podcast. How you gonna leave out Magneto then? What was I gonna say? I'm supposed to give you my thing. Give me a second, I'll give it to you right now. I'm telling you, man, only like 4 people play. Oh boy, that Animal Crossing game. But I'm more than willing to be your friend. Oh my god. Oh my god. We supposed to watch a movie on stream. Stripes is the person that's supposed to be sorting that kind of shit out. Oh my god, just tell me my freaking name. I don't mean name, I mean forgive me. What is going on here? Turn off the noise. Thank you. Friends? How do I see my own friend code? Share your ID. Okay, my ID for Animal Crossing is 43591884755. Okay. So look, there it is. 43591884-755. So if you're playing that corny ass game, you know, we'll be able to be leveling up together. Oh my gosh. You're probably already a higher level than me. Do not add me to rub that in, you cuck. I don't have the patience or the diligence is the real fucking phrase to load the app up as often as perhaps I should. The end. I hope everybody's okay. Does anybody need anything? I think you guys are good. I'm going to really try to start doubling up on some of the things that I put out because I really want to start getting enough attention. And again, this is going to be easier through you guys liking the videos maybe to get some exposure towards some body other than Emily that will start writing me shit. Because the second that I get somebody writing things, and I wouldn't ask somebody to do that like exclusively, you know what I mean? Unless I were going to put them on payroll. But I don't know. Like occasionally having people write other people who read stuff like, you know, creepypastas and stories and stuff like that. What I'm looking for is just almost like a guest writer for some of the spooky and serial killy stuff that I'm going through all the time. My beard is killing me. So yes, it's 10:30. I'm going to order something. And then I love you and I'll talk to you guys later. Stay amazing. Maybe I'll stream later. Who knows? I mean games, because, you know, I love playing games into the night. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? I wonder if I should play Call of Duty or Overwatch. Who would care? If anybody who cares gives a shit about which one I should play, tell me which one it's going to be. Which one should it be? Just say it. Just tell me what it is. Tell me what it is, and if it happens, that'll be what I play. That's all I'm saying. That's neither of those, Stripes. Don't be smart with me, okay? Okay, Chuckster says Overwatch. Man, Chuckster's not a fan of that cat. Okay. Okay, Overwatch, I suppose. Okay. Ow, ow. Oh, dude, I just realized that Faith has to go back to school tomorrow. You know? That sucks. Chuckster says Overwatch. Rainy says Overwatch. Faith says Call of Duty. Evan says Call of Duty. Big Worm says Call of Duty. That's 3 for both. Wait, no, Vanessa said COD and Michael said COD. So I think I'm going to go back into that Call of Duty, baby. Fucking love Call of Duty. SPN Girl says bye, Kyle. Take it easy. Oh boy. Yeah, you guys know how to reach me. What did Faith say? Faith just said Call of Duty. Well, guys, see you soon. Love you.